Time is one commodity that is equal and common to all. Yet, it is entirely an individual's intent to make the most of the time and stand apart from the crowd. Men who invest in time become remarkable beings. When you invest your energies in time, it increases, it grows. Consider a person spending time leading a sedentary life. What do you expect the person to become? Mostly obese. On the other hand, look at an individual who loves to work in a garden, tending flowers, weeding plants. It is needless to say that he not only has a green and beautiful garden, but also a healthy body and mind. So friends, time is your best ally. Our timeline on earth begins ticking the moment we are born. It continues to extend and includes growth, adulthood, aging, and terminates with death. Each of these stages includes marked events noted as benchmarks of achievements. A 14 to 18-year-old adolescent shows signs of independence in choosing friends and involvement in romantic relationships. A middle-aged adult, 40 to 60 years old, engages in playing out family roles, focusing on career goals and managing personal growth. Another parallel happening is the evolution of generations according to the characteristic features of the times. People born in these periods share historical events, societal changes, and advancement in technology distinct to their times. The millennials, Gen Y, born between 1981 and 96, witnessed the Great Recession and growth of digital tech. The Gen Z, born between 1997 and 2012, are the first group of people to grow up fully with the internet, social media, and smartphones. People born between 2010 and 2024 are called Gen Alpha, are raised in fully developed digital world with social media and AI. The Gen Beta is the generation that is expected to grow in an environment integrated with artificial intelligence. With the advancement in time, there has been changes in the social, economical, and other related environments. These ever-varying settings have been impacting man's life. For instance, these days, yoga can be learnt online. Business can be done online. There was a time when this ancient form of physical and spiritual practice, which used to be taught and learnt by small and restricted groups in India, yoga, has now gained popularity across the globe, and innumerable online yoga studios are on the rise. A scholar only 23-year-old could teach yoga to hundreds and hundreds of aspirants from the backyard of his house. This young instructor could also quickly acquire the status of an influencer, spreading the message of well-being. To top it all, the youngster also has an opportunity to make good money. This was never possible a decade back, not in our country at least. Let's consider the life goals of generations and the deviations to understand better the changing situations. In the context of wealth or asset creation, people born before 1960s focused on long-term plans and stability. The Gen Z are open to new enterprises and risks. They are much more interested in micro and short-term investments. For the general middle-class population, the approach to wealth creation, be it owning a property or a vehicle, was different. One generation curtailed their expenses. The money thus saved went into a fund. Their first motorbike could have been a second hand. They probably started their family in a joint family setup in a rental house. Their major investment, however, was on education, on the skill development of their kids. Their mantra was hard work and savings. The next or the present day youngsters, having experienced financial independence in their early 20s, are keen to explore the world. Money, either in cash or credit, is spent on tours, travels, fashion, cuisine, entertainment. If one generation wanted to create wealth for the future, the other focused on immediate gratification. The financial freedom is being used for expensive vacations, luxury vehicles, or status symbols. The money spent is more than the income. The financial liabilities are so high that wealth or asset creation becomes a nightmare. The temptations of the materialistic world of consumerism are real, very difficult to avoid, and almost impossible to overcome. Come inflation or price rise, there are some time-tested ways to keep life afloat. Simple living cuts expenses. The exuberant life being chased by the youth does not lead to satisfaction. These distractions steal the attention and focus of people from their goals. Financial position, a great career, finding a suitable partner, all these are fine, yet most do not feel happy. Being happy is a trait, a quality. Are you that someone who prefers to spend your birthday with family, celebrating it with home-cooked food, fun and laughter? Or are you the one who throws a lavish party to make someone jealous and end up being completely bored at your own party? The basic needs of people across generations are the same. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The world has enough for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed." Whether one is Gen X, Y, or Z, the external circumstances are bound to fluctuate. One cannot expect all spheres of life, health, career, relationship to be good. But if one learns to be grateful for what one has, then the person has found happiness. Knowing that not every aspect of life is perfect and cannot be brought under one's control makes one well-centered. Of course, one can always make an effort, try. You can always try and build a career, but if circumstances push you to take up a small-time job, find your peace in that. If a relationship, in spite of your efforts, turn bitter, be kind enough to say, "My doors are always open if you need help." It does not matter if you are a Gen Y, Z, or Gen Alpha. At the end of the day, when you retire to bed, are you at peace with yourself? Have you smiled more and made people around laugh? Then that day is well lived. You have invested wisely in time.